Guys, I just wanted to upload this video and give you guys an update. I recently went to Go Fest in New York City, and it was my first ever Go Fest live in person. And I just wanted to give you my thoughts on it, a nice review, and just talk about my experience in general. I did the park in the morning and then the city in the afternoon. So I'm kind of showing you guys some highlights of the day and the whole atmosphere and all that. Like I said, I've never been to a Go Fest before, but I've seen plenty of videos. I've watched all of the Go Fest videos all the time. I was a little bit disappointed. I went in with, mid expectations, but still a little disappointed in terms of the decor and the habitats. I just feel like with other Go Fests in different countries and even like just past ones, I felt like they were more heavily decorated. I mean, I could be wrong, but just based on videos that I've seen, I felt like they were more decorated and they looked more festive than they did here. And another thing that really kind of like lessened the experience was the fact that it had previously rained. So it was the grass so muddy and squishy, like all of our socks and shoes got wet. Like, I mean, that's not their fault. It's, the weather, it is what it is, but it definitely made the experience not as enjoyable. And there was just, add that to the fact that the park had some construction going on and you're maneuvering between two areas of the park and it's such a big crowd. A lot of times when you're going from the north side to the south side, you have to travel through this walkway and it's only, single file line on both sides and stuff. So it's not as smooth as I was hoping. I did like the tents that they had for each of the teams, like Valor, Mystic, and the yellow one. Yeah, I'm not Team Yellow, so whatever. But I think that was a nice touch that they had. And they had little swags. They gave out little keychains and Pikachu hats. They did like trivia and stuff. So it was a good way to kind of interact with people there. But that kind of segues into my thoughts about community aspect and interactions, because I felt like everybody was kind of just in their own little circles and their own little worlds. There wasn't really that much interaction with new people and other trainers and all that stuff. And everybody was kind of just, obviously shiny hunting and just, they did interact with the habitats and all that stuff. But for the most part, it wasn't really, I don't know, Niantic always harps about community and meeting new people and all that stuff, and it didn't really seem like they pushed it enough there or gave enough chances or opportunities or activities as well for people to really, bond in that aspect. So at least from my perspective, other people maybe had better luck meeting new friends and trainers and all that, but that's just my thoughts on that. And as far as the city experience goes, we actually had a lot more fun there. I would think we were mostly raiding because that's where all of the Rayquaza raids were. So we did I'd say 10 to 12 of those raids until my friend got a shiny because she needed a shiny. But yeah, that's what we did over there. We walked around a lot. And then we actually did a couple routes too, because one of the tasks is to do a route. And so we did a couple of those there. So I enjoyed the city experience. I mean, I enjoyed both experiences, but segueing into shiny rates, I have to say that at least for one of us, the shiny rates were definitely better in the city. And there were a lot more spawns kind of just everywhere, as opposed to in the park. Each habitat had certain spawns, and it was only in certain clusters. And I would have to say the shiny rates weren't as good as I was hoping it would be. It's always hit or miss with this and RNG and stuff like that. Some people get a ton, some people not so much. I would say me and my other friend, we got a decent amount in the park, but my one friend literally only through the whole park experience got maybe 5 shinies. And it wasn't until he went into the city, we went into the city and he got I would say another 20 something. So take that as you will. But for me and my other friend, we got about like, I would say half in the park and the other half in the city. So we all ended up with about 20-ish shinies. So I would say that that's okay. But if I were to kind of gauge it in terms of, is it worth all of the money that you're paying? Because the ticket itself, early bird is 25, but if you're just buying it as is, it's 30. And then you have to think about travel and accommodations if you're doing that, and all this other, just, and food and stuff. So all of those expenses going in, I mean, play wise, I don't think it's worth it, because you can get the same, if not more, in terms of like shinies and just experience and stuff from like the Global Go Fest or any other day, any other like boosted shiny day. I would say that it's good to go once in your Pokemon trainer life if you want to just experience the atmosphere of being in the same area with people who enjoy Pokemon Go. And if you have the chance to kind of interact and be in that community, then yeah, I think it's a good opportunity to go. I wish it was a little bit more cheaper in that sense, but it is what it is. I would say that if there was another Go Fest around me in the next few years, I would go just to experience like the community, but I probably wouldn't buy a ticket. I would say if they have, the in-person events and the global, I would end up buying the ticket for the Global Go Fest and going out with my group and catching shinies and focusing on that. And then I would go to the park or the in-person experience, and I would just hang out with everybody and meet people and just chat and see the decor and habitats and all that stuff. Because I feel like when you're at the event, you pay that money, so you got to make sure that you get enough shinies to kind of make it worth it. So you're kind of focused on the gameplay, and then you're not really focused on the people around you or the decor, the habitats, or the activities. So I kind of felt like I missed out on that. Or you could do, focus on the community, but then also miss out on increased shiny rates and all that stuff. So it's kind of like you have to have that balance between both sides, and it's kind of hard that way. So I would say, yeah, if this stuff were to happen in the future, I would, again, play the global and go hardcore there, and then go into the in-person events and just chill and meet people and all that stuff. Okay, so that's pretty much my overall experience and review about the in-person Go Fest.